Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. On our Osceola adventure, we promised you that we would review our new outdoor camping toilet setup. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna dive right into that. But what we use is this Wolf-Wise changing tent, really quick, really easy, and this Trip Tips outdoor toilet. So our setup had to meet some criteria, right? It had to be light, easy to pack, not take up much space, really quick to set up and take down, and just be generally comfortable and clean. So before our Osceola trip, it occurred to us at the last minute that we didn't have a way for my family, especially my two young girls, to use the bathroom out in the woods around other people and just generally make it more comfortable for them to do so. So we jumped on Amazon, right? And we found a couple things that seemed to appear to fit the bill of the things that we were looking for. We were able to accomplish this really quickly for little to no money, and I think that this setup would be perfect for a lot of you guys that follow the channel. There's a couple drawbacks, some couple cons that we can talk about here in a minute. But let's get into the finer points of this setup, what we like about it, and like I said, we'll talk about the things that we didn't and don't like towards the end. But let's go ahead and get this set up so you guys can see just how easy it is. So the main part of this whole setup is this Trip Tips Outdoors portable folding toilet. It's off of Amazon. I'll link it in the description below. It's not much money, but it's a three-piece setup. It comes with this nice little carrying bag, and we'll get into what is in here right now. All right, so you have your main body or your main support of the toilet itself. You got your toilet seat with a cover. This is all pretty clean. We wiped it down after we got done. So you have your three pieces, right? This is super easy. Folds out into an oval. What's important to know about this is these little claw tabs all point down towards the ground itself. At this point, you could put your bag in here if you wanted to. You lay your toilet seat over it, push everything in, and just start pushing out towards the sidewall until everything locks in place. And once you get your bag in there, that's it. That's your toilet. It's super easy. So this is it. This is set up. So welcome to the Drew family camping commode. Let's talk about some of the things that we really enjoy. This is portable and lightweight, very easy to set up. We kind of talked about it in the intro there. We don't have any complaints with that. It doesn't take up any, if at all, real estate within the truck, and we find it to be its biggest pro. The other thing we really like about it is you wouldn't know it by looking at it, but it is incredibly stable. We never felt like we were going to collapse or fall over on this. You would prefer, obviously, to set it up on as level ground as possible, but it states that it can hold up to 350 to 400 pounds. We've not tested that, but it has never been an issue for any member of our family. And we've never, like we said, we never felt like it was going to collapse or feel unsafe or unstable in any way. We felt very secure using this as a bathroom. So the other thing we like about it is the bags stay in place very easily. We got some eco-friendly toilet waste bags designed for this sole purpose off Amazon. Again, I'll link it all in the description below. You don't have to worry about it. But the bags fit in here perfectly. They don't leak. They don't slosh around. No complaints there. They stay in place. This ended up being a really, really clean setup for us, and we really enjoyed using it. Some of the cons that we noted. Once this is set up and you use it for the first time, you can't really successfully move it. If you move it, you could collapse one of these sides here, and now we become a little less stable and things become kind of messy. So the idea is that you would probably use the bag once, add your desiccant powder, and throw it away. We're not super wasteful. We tended to use it all day, add a couple packets of desiccant powder and use it and throw it away after that. It didn't smell, it didn't create any issues. The desiccant powder does a really good job of making it solid and keeping the odor down. Which brings us to our next point, that desiccant powder. If you're doing it that way, it could get expensive, right? You're using a lot of that powder because you've got a whole day's worth of waste to deal with there. The bag, we never had an overflowing bag issue, but you have to be cognizant of how much desiccant powder it's going to take to deal with the amount of waste that you are producing. All right, so our final con of this setup is at night. If you have a light on in here, you now become a silent movie picture show for everybody in the campsite. You silhouette pretty strongly through this material, so just something to be aware of. If you weren't expecting it and you weren't really thinking about it, you could put on a good show for your neighbors. So try not to do that. Dim the light or put the tent in a spot that your neighbors can't really see, and then you don't have to worry about it. But this is a Wolf-Wise pop-up tent, like we said. It's got an internal vent. It's got an internal pocket for all the accessories like the bags and desiccant powder, and then it's got a bungee cord that we were able to attach a toilet paper roll to, or hang a towel or hang clothes. This probably wouldn't support, in fact, I'm gonna go ahead and say that it won't support a portable shower, but it is a fantastic tent to use as like a lavatory shelter. So while we're at Ocean Pond, it was a little breezy. It was about 25 to 26 miles per hour. I know that because we were flying the drone around. This tent was nice and stable. I would invest in some better tent pegs for it. It came with a really thin, almost wire thin metal ones with no real grab. So we go ahead and swap those out for some yellow plastic ones from Walmart. 4 of them, super cheap, but it held the tent in place really nice. It also came with some guide ropes that would help keep the tent in place for heavy wind. Again, I don't know how well it would do in the rain. Looks like it's pretty watertight. Looks like it wouldn't leak, but I can't speak to that at all. So guys, we've had a couple questions about how we do our business out in the woods. We felt that it was our duty to share with you how we do this, and this is our initial setup. It will probably evolve as we go, but so like I said, we only had a couple days to throw the setup together, and man, we couldn't have asked for a better setup if we had weeks to plan it. We're super happy with how this all came together. This setup fit our style of overlanding super well, and I think that it would also fit yours. If you're in the market for something that doesn't take up a lot of room, it's lightweight, it's cheap, and it's not super fancy. Like we always talk about in our videos, we're not all about bolting every piece of equipment on the side of the truck as possible, but we are about making camping a little bit more comfortable, and a little bit more humane for the girls and my wife, and I think that we've accomplished that, and I would do this setup again, and I would wholeheartedly recommend this setup to any one of our friends who's looking to get into a standalone outdoor camping toilet for little to no money. Hey, so I hope that this was helpful for you guys if you're planning on how to accomplish this task. As one final closeout, this thing is incredibly difficult to close up. I usually hand it to my wife and it entertains her for hours. I'm just kidding, she's pretty good at it, but you have to fold it up in just a certain way, and it comes with directions, and my wife is way smarter than I am, so she's able to figure it out in little to no time. I get jammed up turning this thing around in 15 different directions and can never end up figuring it out. I have full faith that you guys can do it without any issues, so that's probably a con on me more so than it's a con on the product itself. Hey, so like I said before, all this will be posted in the description below. Quick and easy links to click. Just go ahead and follow it over to Amazon, make your purchase. You won't regret it, I promise. I hope you found some value and you enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, share it with your friends as a quick and easy camping setup, and I hope it fits the bill for you guys. And I'll see you on the trail.